It's TV Industry BFF versus TV Industry BFF, with Voltron's Lynn Hartwell taking on the Middle's Caitlin Hollenbeck in Christmas movies and Saturday Night Live trivia. This is Trivia with Buds. It be, and how's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. This is a trivia show that comes out every single Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time. Thanks so much for checking out this episode of the show. We have some amazing Christmas movie trivia and some Saturday Night Live trivia coming your way later in the episode. This is the intro. I do this every start to every episode. I kind of talk about what's going on in my life in a quick, brief moment, kind of preview the episode, and then we get into our guests and the relationship they have and what they do for a living. A lot of entertainment people on this show, a lot of comedians. Today, we have two TV industry professionals. The two girls on today's show work on The Middle, that show on ABC, I believe, that's been on forever. And my other friend Lynn on the show today worked on Netflix's Voltron series, as well as Randy Cunningham, Ninth Grade Ninja, and a bunch of other really fun stuff. So you're going to love today's episode and today's guests. They're also really good friends and a female wrestling fan. A lot of stuff to preview this episode. So many good things that you're going to put in your ears today while you're driving around, while you're working out, while you're walking the dog. All those things people do while they listen to podcasts. Quick notes on me. My name's Ryan Buds. I was in the movie Sharknado. That's what I like to tell people. That usually gets their attention, so hopefully I got yours. And you can check out my IMDb page and see all the fun stuff I've been in. I've been in fun movies with crazy titles like Airplane vs. Volcano, and a brand new one that's coming out soon called Snake Outta Compton. That's right. It's like Straight Outta Compton, but with a snake. So check out all these weird movies I was in on my IMDb page. And, peruse all my stuff on the internet. I have a website, ryanbuds.com. You can see all my comedy-related stuff on there. You can see triviawithbuds.com and see all my trivia locations. I'm hosting trivia almost every night of the week now, and I do bingo with Buds, which is a really fun take on bingo, and a bunch of other cool stuff that you can check out all over the webs. So check those out, and if you like this podcast, leave it a nice review. That's always fun. Leave me a review on iTunes. That helps us get up in those charts. Trying to get up in them charts, yo. And I would love to you, if you subscribe to this, tell a friend about it. That's all the good stuff they tell you to do when you're starting a podcast. This is episode 118 of the show. We've done 18 episodes. This is the 18th one, and we have some amazing ones coming your way very soon. I will hint this, Simpsons trivia is finally in the books. That's right. The most requested topic on this show from guests of mine is The Simpsons. And in a couple weeks, you're going to hear The Simpsons episode of the show. It's very fun. It's Simpsons and celebrity gossip. So if you like TMZ type news and you love The Simpsons, check that out in a couple weeks. Some other quick notes. I watched two movies over the weekend. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates and Independence Day Resurgence. And boy, was I glad one of those was a free Redbox rental, and I wish both of them were a free Redbox rental. They were bad. I really wanted to like Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, but it was just not very good. Super forced, random comedy. It made me feel like every bad script I ever wrote could have been made into a movie, just like this one. There were some spots that were great. A lot of weird jokes about like, this girl's got a bush, and like really weird references to things that were just out of nowhere, and craziest plot I've seen in a movie in a long time that was hard to grasp in any regard, especially since it said based on a true story at the beginning or true events or something like that. Independence Day 2, also based on true events. We all remember when that happened back in ID4, 1997, 8. Something like that, 96. They came out with this sequel 20 years later, and it was green screen central, everybody. I wouldn't even recommend really watching this movie for any reason. It's just super... This was like one of those sci-fi movies that I've been in, but it just happened to have Independence Day and a few stars in it. So that was my quick review of those two movies. Do not watch those unless you are really looking to watch those, if you know what I mean. And I wanted to read a quick review. I always tell people to review the podcast. Sometimes people review me on Yelp, which is very, very nice. And I have a new Yelp review that I wanted to read real quick. So if you play trivia with me, you know that I try and make myself stand out amongst the other trivia companies by being a little bit more interactive, funny, and that kind of stuff. And I always do a full audio visual presentation instead of just someone reading questions into a microphone. So here's somebody that gets it. This is Judy W., who left me this very nice Yelp review. She says, okay, so here's the thing. I love trivia. Ever since I moved to LA this March, I have been searching up and down for 1, a good trivia spot, and 2, a good trivia host. After bouncing around from spot to spot and person to person weekly for 8 months, ! In parentheses, I finally found Ryan hosting trivia at the Moose Den in Glendale, California last week. Oh my gosh, what a difference a good trivia host and questions make. I love the questions, the themes, and the picture hints. It shows that he puts effort into his hosting duties, and he's pretty entertaining too. The prizes could be a little more exciting, but that's only if I'm forced to complain about something. Come join us on Monday nights. You won't regret it. Smiley face. Judy W., thank you so much for that very nice review, and I hope you are cool with me reading it on the podcast. I appreciate that, and those reviews go a long way when people go to book parties and things like that with me. So thank you so much for doing that, and if you have a party coming up, maybe you want to do some trivia, you pick the rounds. I write the questions. It's great for a holiday event, a fundraiser, a charity thing, all that stuff, and I would love to do it for you. I'm doing a big event this Saturday for California Highway Patrol, the whole West Valley area. It's going to be 300 people. Let's see what 300 drunks have to answer trivia questions about related to cops. Should be great. I'm excited. You should be excited for this episode, which is starting right now, featuring Saturday Night Live trivia and Christmas movie trivia. That's right, Christmas is just around the corner, and here's some trivia about your favorite movies around the holidays. Here we go. Sitting here with 2 good friends of mine. One of them is wearing a yellow shirt. I thought it was a Pikachu shirt when I walked in. Ends up just being a smiley face shirt. You could put some maybe electric bolts on it or something, make it a Pikachu shirt. Ooh. And my other friend wearing a just standard, I'm going to say a Henley. Is that a Henley?
This was a work handout that the boss didn't want anymore. Sure. And so she gave it to me.
Very
I was
good.
There with open arms.
That helps when you're the same size as your boss. That works out good. I'm sitting here with my friends, Miss Lynn Hartwell and Caitlin Hollenbeck. How are you girls doing?
Great.
Excellent.
I'm over at your apartment, Lynn, and it seems like a collection of... I would call this hip pottery barn. Is that like, it's like hip, like there's a lot. There's like a lot of Polaroids, but like hanging on old wood. You know, like it's very rustic.
A few trips to Melrose Trading Post.
Yeah,
a few trips to IKEA.
There's one of those suitcases that happens to have a record player in it.
It totally does. How'd you know?
And a cat's head where Buzz Lightyear's head should be. So it's a full portrait with jewels all over it. Did you make that?
I did not.
Oh.
My friend Holly made it for me.
And that cost you $10,000.
It was actually free.
Oh, wow. Sounds like a good friend.
I paid for the art supplies.
I like it. Very good. You paid for all the gems.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Did you love the show Gem in the 80s?
I did not.
No, because you were born in the...
89.
Oh, so close. I thought it was 90.
89.
You know, my number one pet peeve hosting trivia is when girls will be like, I'll ask a question about Ferris Bueller, and they're like, that's before I was born. And I'm like, a lot of stuff happened before 1997.
Several things.
You know?
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Caitlin Hollenbeck, you and I know each other. You used to come to a comedy show I did around my pool at a place called The Starlet in Burbank, California, right across from where they film Ellen, Warner Brothers Studios. Mm-hmm. And you brought a long-haired boyfriend of yours, and you were just telling me you decided to force him to cut his hair off. How did that go today?
It went really well. I was the one that I came in with the
big
scissors.
shears.
Yeah, the shears, and I just chopped it off.
Stopped at Home Depot.
And he cried.
Sharp
and
pair.
Laughed. Oh yeah, it was very intense.
How long have you guys been together?
3 years.
Very good. And for the longest time, you guys would just braid each other's hair, and now those times are over. How do you feel?
It's bittersweet for both of us. I do a damn good braid.
But. And you brought a pizza here, which is a great way to win the podcast with bonus points, Lynn. It is your place, but Caitlin brought a damn pizza.
Oh, no.
Lynn, you are a person that I met on the show Minute to Win It when
Right.
I was a production assistant and you were assistant to casting.
Yes.
Casting assistant. Mm-hmm. And this was 2013, I believe.
13, yeah.
And we worked over in Sylmar.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful Sylmar.
Beautiful. So much stuff going on over there. So many great.
Where is? I don't even know where Sylmar is.
It's like on the way to Calabasas-ish.
Yeah.
Right?
It's off the 405,
It's off the
right?
5.
Yes,
No,
off the 5. So it's like on the way to Magic Mountain, kind
yes.
of. Yeah.
Oh.
But you and I were working over there. That was my first time working on a game show. Was that your first game show?
I did a competition show before that. It was a cooking competition, but first traditional game show.
Nice. So you were in casting. I was the head PA. I like to slip that in there. I was like the PA in charge of the most
big
garbage
deal.
collection. So that was a pretty big deal. But yeah, it was kind of cool. We taped 40 episodes over like 4 weeks or 6 weeks or something. And I got to know the ins and outs of like, I watch that warm-up guy every day, and I'm like, this guy's terrible.
Yeah.
He just throws candy out, and he gets like $2,000 a day. I'm like, I got to get this warm-up job. You know what I mean? He even told me, he's like, I hate this. I'm not a comedian. And then like, it was
They made it rain.
and he made it rain with Jolly
Showed
Ranchers.
all of your money.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was, I learned about that job. I learned about Apollo Ono, who I didn't know very well.
Yes. What an angel.
Quick story. He was the host of the show. He's an Olympian. What was he? Speed skating? What's his
Yes.
thing? Yeah. So he's amazing. Super fit. One of my jobs is the head PA. I had to go pick up his lunch every day, and all he ate was like farm, never touched by anything chicken, completely steamed and like steamed vegetables. That was it. And I had to go all the way to Burbank every day, pick up his lunch. It was like $40, and then bring it back. And he was always super appreciative. So there was a crafty lady, and I told her, I'm like, I'm going to take a picture with Apollo Ono, and then I'm going to go get it developed at Walgreens on the street as an 8x10, and then I'm going to get him to sign it. And she's like, oh, can you do that for me too? And I was like, God damn it. You know, this is going to be, I thought this was a great,
Don't
I was
tell
just,
anybody anything.
yeah, I'm like, why would I tell anybody this? So then I'm like, sure. So like I got him to take the picture with both of us, went and got her picture, my picture printed, brought it back. I was about to give him the picture, and I got called to do something in Milwaukee. She goes, oh, I'll get him to do it. So she takes the two pictures, my picture of me and Apollo, and hers of him and her and Apollo. She has him sign them. She hands it back to me a couple hours later. She goes, hey, I got him done. Thanks for the great idea. It says, to Brian. Thanks for all your hard work and the great lunch every day, or something, whatever it said.
God.
And
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like, come on, lady. And I go, my name's not Brian. And she was just like, oh, I thought it was. And I was like, so did he, apparently.
Yeah.
So then I went back to Walgreens, got another one, changed or explained the whole situation. He was like, oh, no, so sorry, man. I thought it was Brian, too, blah, blah, blah. Fixed it. So now I have that at home. But then I'm like, now I have this to Brian, Apollo Ono autograph. What do I do with it? I changed the B to, or I kept the B, and I changed the Ryan to Uds and added family, and I gave it to my parents for Christmas that year.
Oh my
Oh
So
my
it says
God.
to the Buds family.
Do they know that?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, don't have them listen to your podcast.
I don't
Big
think,
liar.
don't think they know what a podcast is, so I think I'm in the clear.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
think I'm in the clear. So we met on that show. You used to come to a trivia night. Both of you guys, I think. Actually, all three of you. We have a third
We
guest at
did
the table.
once,
She'll
yeah.
rename unnamed. But we'll just
The
call
one that will know all the answers.
We'll call
to all
her
of
the
our questions.
decorator. I feel like she decorated half this place. So you guys used to come out to the Snug right down the street from here. I used to host trivia every Sunday night in Burbank at a cool little dive bar, and you guys would come there, and you guys would win sometimes. Didn't you dominate sometimes?
We did.
Yeah.
I mean, a couple times.
Yeah, we won a
I
couple
dominated
times.
that one
I'm not
time.
good at trivia. I'm
Yeah.
really just there for the company and the good conversation.
Sure. And
then
bringing
everyone
pizza
else-
over. You bring
I
the pizza. Yeah, love
I'll
it.
sometimes get a pitcher of beer. And then everyone else will be really good at trivia.
You also invited me down the street to a party a couple years back. I think it was both of your
my
parties,
gosh.
and it was a bounce house. It was like,
Oh, yeah.
Outside
which
party.
is the best, because you're an adult, and then you call and they're like, oh, how many kids? And you're like, oh, no kids. You're like,
Zero
we need an extra strong bounce house for a lot of adults.
A bounce house is a fun idea until
Yeah.
you get in there and you realize that you are much heavier now than you were when you were 5. And
Yeah.
it takes much more energy
Oh,
to
yeah.
bounce yourself on
Yep.
the bounce house. So you do it for about a minute and
Yeah.
then you say, no,
I took my kid to Sky High. It's like a trampoline park.
I've always wanted to go
You
there.
bounce for like 1 minute and you're done. And I was laying down, and the guy that like moderated the jumping was like, you're cooling down too quick. It's going to be harder to jump when you get up. I'm like, get out of here. You already made me put on some kind of grip socks. Get away, So that was interesting. Yeah, you get out of breath real quick. But that was a fun party. I remember. I think I don't even know if I went in the bounce house. I think I kind of poked my head in.
You know, I don't think any of us went in the bounce house for more than 30 seconds. It was also, there's a lot of forms you have
you
to
get,
get
like, a permit?
signed. You have
Yeah.
to get a permit. It was a whole thing. It's not
You think
worth
a birthday
it.
party in the park is a good idea until you get there, and then there's
Yeah.
also like a lot of people around you're a little nervous about. It's a shared space,
Yeah.
and so there's a lot that goes into park birthday
Homeless guy in there all of a sudden. He's,
Yeah.
he's bouncing
They
a
smell the
shopping cart
barbecue
around.
and
Yeah.
they
parties. Coming around. Yeah,
Lynn,
It was a good time.
you worked most recently on a show called Voltron: Legendary Defender for Netflix
did.
original series. And what was your job title on that show?
I was a production coordinator for designs.
Which means you helped assemble the robots. No.
Yes.
Okay.
I single-handedly built the robots. No, I organized all the design files and sent emails to our overseas studio in Korea.
Fantastic.
And did all kinds of things.
Is that something you'd ever done before, or were you like just jumping on board fresh?
I had done that previously at an animation studio called Titmouse on a show called Randy Cunningham, Ninth Grade Ninja.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to bring up. That show's not on the air anymore, but give us a quick gist of that one.
It's not. It was on Disney XD for 2 seasons, and it is about a high school kid who becomes a ninja and saves his town of Norrisville from the evil...
Different evil ever episode.
A large evil billionaire type guy.
Love it. It was also animated.
Foreshadowing.
Yes, it was.
Very cool. And you worked on a show called The Taste. Was that show before Minute to Win It?
It was,
Way back, the food competition show.
Yeah, it was with Anthony Bourdain and Nigella.
Did you get to taste a lot of food when you were on that show? Not so much. No.
Because there's a whole on
can you take out these pie crusts? You're like, oh man.
No, on cooking shows there's a whole team called the culinary department, and they have their own PAs, and they get to eat all the food.
And I do see what you did get out of that show. Hanging behind you on the wall is a framed picture of you and Anthony Bourdain. It says, to Brian, my favorite PA.
I actually did get a picture with him, but I never got the picture.
Oh, that stinks. Whose phone was it on? Some Jezebel?
No, it was on someone's camera, and then they wouldn't give me the picture afterwards.
My God.
But I have a picture
Sons of bitches.
him.
Yeah. That's good.
Were they keeping it for their own personal
I don't know.
use?
I don't know. They were upset for some reason, and they wouldn't give me the photo.
Oh, that stinks.
It's okay.
Caitlin, you work on the show The Middle.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a fun show. That show's been on for...
It's
I would say, not surprisingly, like, I can't believe it's on, but I'm like... I saw like on demand or Hulu, it was like season 8, right?
Season 8.
I was like, holy cow, that was 8 seasons? I tell people
it's your mom's favorite show.
It really is. It's my mother-in-law's, and that's how I started watching it. And I'll tell you, the first couple seasons, I was like, this seems like a rehash of every show I've ever seen. And then it really seems to have gotten its own identity. And now I watch it as much as I can.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite lines that I still quote all the time, it's like totally out of context, but the annoying daughter with the braces, the more annoying daughter.
Sue? Yeah.
She's like, I think still in high school, and this was probably a couple seasons ago because she's in college now, right? Mm-hmm. So she's trying to get somebody or the school to vote for her or to participate in something, and she's like going around like promoting it, either handing out flyers or something. Right. And she's like, bake sale, or whatever it is. And then she's like, bake sale, and this guy goes, go to hell. And then she goes, that was a teacher. And the way she said it was so surprised, and I like spit my food out or whatever, and I laughed so. I love those kinds of surprise jokes. You're like, the teacher just told her to go to hell. She's so annoying. Oh, it's great. And Neil Flynn, he's got to be a joy to see every day.
He's so tall. He is very tall, and he's very very quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he's very nice. Everyone is very nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
I've heard him in a different interview saying, it's really rare where you get to work on 2 successful shows. I mean, Scrubs was like 8 seasons or 9.
And Patricia Heaton, too.
Yeah, it's like when you get that chance, he's like, I couldn't be more grateful. So that's really cool. And he's a Chicago guy, I believe.
Yeah.
Chicago.
It's fun whenever he talks about, their mom.
Yeah.
Nice to your mom.
Oh, man. I just did an episode with my 2 older brothers. We were home for my mom's 70th birthday. I just probably said it.
Your mom.
Yeah.
That's the only word where I can really distinguish someone's Chicago. Mom.
Ma, garage, college. Those are the big ones.
College.
Job.
But my friend of mine out here listened to, it was me and my 2 older brothers. He goes, oh, you kick up the Chicago like 10 notches talking to them because they still have the accent too. So that whole episode's just like, yeah.
That's totally
pizza, hot dog, So you're from Connecticut, which I was excited about. And you told me you're a huge WWE fan.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, the headquarters are in Stamford, Connecticut.
Yes,
I'm like, have you ever
Towers.
been? And I was about to ask you, have you ever been to the headquarters? And in that same Facebook message, you responded, and I was a PA at WWE headquarters. What was that like?
It was, the summer I came back from college.
Sure.
And
you mean college? Sure.
College.
Okay.
Excuse me, college. And I needed a job, and I just sent my resume over to them. Oh, Snapchat. And they hired me on as like a temporary to potentially full-time hired PA for their busy season, which is, in December they're doing Tribute to the Troops, pay-per-view. At the time they produced a Rolling Stones, what do you call, like a tour movie and something else. And so I was just a PA for them, ended up being for the 3 months there. And
did you get to work through that WrestleMania season that year or no?
No.
Right before that started?
I was actually kind of excited about because before getting the job, I bought tickets to that WrestleMania because that was in New York.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to go. It's actually very difficult to be a WWE fan and work for WWE.
Because there's just so much stuff.
It's a lot, but you're never going to go to the pay-per-views. You're never going to get to go watch a Monday Night Raw. And then you learn all the secrets, and you're like, oh, it's kind of not, it used to be like my fun thing that I liked. And then you work for them, and you're like, I know too much. So it's kind of tough.
Did you get to know like certain results and things before they happened?
Like I saw like the belt, like the new belt before. Like, and they don't tell me too much because I'm just a whatever PA, so I didn't know too much, but like you saw little things here and there. Like
I swear to God, I almost bought that belt today at Toys R Us.
Really?
They have a replica that's made by Jack Specific, but it looks really nice, and it was $99. And I'm like, that's actually cheap. If you go to a live event, the same belt's $400. So I was like, I'm sure this isn't the exact replica, but I'm like, if this is like $50, I'm buying it, and it was $100. So I stole it. Yeah, it was great. It worked out good.
There you go.
So that's cool. So you worked on that, and you were a big fan before your whole life?
Yeah,
or?
well, I watched it when I was in elementary school.
Okay.
And then, I got to high school, and you go through like the wrestling stupid phase.
Yeah.
At least some people do. So I dropped
I would
off
say
in
everybody,
high school.
Yeah.
And then in college, I connected with a few people, and we all at the same time were like, oh, we all liked wrestling.
Exact same thing
and
for me.
And then Royal Rumble came to Boston one year.
Yeah.
And we're like, we should go. That's fun. And so my first WWE pay-per-view was Royal Rumble, which was super fun. And I got into it after that. And so I've been watching regularly since 2011.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, my first live event was Backlash, I think 2001 in Chicago. It was like
awesome.
I think maybe Rock versus Booker T or something. It was really it was right when WCW had gotten bought. So it was really fun. And then my first WrestleMania was in Miami, Rock versus Cena Part 1, and that was Sun Life Stadium. It was great. WrestleMania 27, I think. 28? No, 28.
Yeah.
Wow, you knew that. And Lynn's just Snapchatting her shirt.
Lynn has gotten into it.
I think you invited. Didn't you invite me to a party one time, like a year ago?
It was my party. Yeah. WrestleMania Drunklemania. Every year.
That's awesome.
The Saturday before WrestleMania, I have a party at my apartment.
And you watch the Hall of Fame?
We have it on. I don't like. I'll watch it if like.
I cry every year.
I know it's really like Jake the Snake got it. And you're like, oh my God, he's been through so much. But you're supposed to come dressed as a wrestler. And you just drink a bunch. And
love it.
You do your entrance music.
I never drank more during a wrestling event than when the Undertaker lost his streak.
Oh,
and
God.
I was
Don't bring that up. Sore subject in this friend group.
And I was explaining drunkenly to all my friends who like barely watch wrestling. I'm like, no, like he'll never lose. He's whatever. And then it happened, and like my face was the same as the shocked black guy with the glasses face.
Yes.
And I was like, it happened. Like, and I was like almost tearing up watching that. It was crazy. But
and then Daniel Bryan wins after that. Was a very intense.
It was
show.
crazy. Yeah, it was nuts.
Well, they were slowly getting into it at the time, and my boyfriend's a huge fan, and his roommate, our other friend Drew, is a huge fan.
Yeah.
And so when there was the three of us who are the mega fans, and then you and Nicole, and I don't know if someone else was there. Maybe I feel like Katie was there. I don't know, your old roommate maybe. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. So that happened, and I just start screaming because I can't believe it. Yeah. And they're just dead behind the eyes. But meanwhile, what they were most excited about was the Game of Thrones premiere.
Oh, yeah.
You guys were like, all right, Game of Thrones, right? And Mike and Drew were just, I don't give a fuck. Nothing makes sense anymore. The Undertaker's a loser. They lost his streak. It was fun, though.
Yeah, I've had SummerSlam parties in my backyard around my pool the last couple seasons. Yeah, you got to come out to one soon. But crazy to find a wrestling fan on this podcast of the female variety. Yeah. I feel like, I know females that like it, but they're usually they usually don't look like you.
Well, really. I've gotten some girlfriends in college into it because they learned that it is very much a bargaining tool when going out to bars to meet guys. And
that's funny.
You're a wrestling fan.
That's
and guys
funny.
get really excited about it. That's how Liz.
I remember telling a PA I worked with on Tosh Point oh that I was going to watch wrestling, and she's like, "You're joking, right?" She's like, "That's for rednecks." And but she said it like almost like in a racist way, like she was like that's for those people, and I was like, "No, it's really fun," and she was like, "Oh." And she just walked away. Like, God damn, girl.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. So that's fun. A little bit about you guys. We're going to get into your topics right now. So we're going to talk about the 5 things you gave me. I said Lynn and Caitlin, the longer version of Lynn. I said, you need to give me 5 things you're into, and we're going to talk about Lynn's topics first. You ready for this, Lynn?
I'm so ready.
You said Back to the Future, Part 1.
Yes.
Specifically 1. Why not the other 2?
Because over time watching the second one, I like it less and less.
I'm with you.
And then the third one, I've only seen a couple of times, actually. But I like it more and more each time.
Yeah.
But
I saw the third one in theaters as a kid. I think that was probably the only one I saw in theaters. And I don't even think I liked it as a kid. I was like, trains? What?
Yeah.
Like
What's happening?
Wait, his cousin's him, right? Like, or whatever.
Who's Clint Eastwood?
Yeah. What do you love so much about the first one? A lot of people, my brother's favorite movie, he was born in 1976. It's like the movie of his childhood, you know?
Yeah, it's also my brother's favorite movie. And it's one of the only things that my brother and I have bonded over. And we have all sorts of memorabilia at home. He has like a milkshake glass from the diner scene and stuff. But I just love it. It's like the perfect movie.
It is a great movie.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No, it's
and
good
I've seen
beginning
it
to end.
a million times and can recite it. And I just love it so much.
It's very quotable. Very quotable. Did you enter to win those sneakers they were giving away?
No.
No, me neither.
They probably wouldn't fit. They're probably for boys.
Gross boys.
They're like as big as your entire leg. They're huge shoes.
Really?
Yeah, they're huge.
No, I don't have those.
Your next topic, Survivor.
Yes.
You're one of the I was going to say one of the few, but there are people that since 1999 or whenever that show came out, they watch every season. My boss at my job, her name's Teresa. She loves it. I know she watches it every week. What do you love about Survivor?
It's just so good. It's a perfect formula for reality TV, one of the OG reality TV series.
Sure.
I watched it since the premiere in 2000.
Really? So you've literally seen every episode and all that stuff?
I have. I stopped, similar to Caitlin's wrestling thing, like in high school was like, oh, stop watching Survivor.
Well, you got to date boys.
Right? So I stopped watching it for a while, but actually last year I stopped watching it for a while. Then after college, I started watching it again. I was unemployed, and I was like, well, might as well.
Yeah.
I actually went back last year and watched every season.
Really? With the CBS app? CBS app, or how do you watch them?
Partially. A lot of the seasons are on Amazon for free with Prime. Nice. And then for like a couple months in the middle, I had to subscribe to the CBS All Access, and then they were on something. I feel
like the later seasons, like you have to get them at like the library. You know? Like only people that own the DVDs of the Survivor season.
But yeah, I've gotten really into it, especially when it's returning players now. There's a podcast I listen to about it.
Sweet.
My roommate, who is sitting at the table, also used to work on it. So she used to get me into the finale party.
Oh my God.
And we went to one of the actual live finales, which was a huge life moment. And
do you think
on the bucket list.
You have what it takes to be on the show?
I think that I could do it, except that I don't want to be on TV.
How tan can you get, Lynn? Can you get tan?
Real tan.
Yeah.
I think that's all you
Italian,
need.
So
right? That's it. Just get tan and screw people over. Isn't that the show? I have never.
Yeah,
I've
pretty
seen
much.
maybe one episode. But now I'm going to go to the library. And I'm going to stock up on DVDs.
It's so good. There's a few dud seasons, but for the most part, they're all incredible.
Interesting. Your next topic, Kardashians. More reality TV.
Oh, more reality TV. I kind of threw that in there. You know, I'm not proud of it.
Do you play their apps?
I actually was heavily addicted to Kim Kardashian Hollywood for like 4 months.
I had a coworker named Rebecca who was obsessed with it.
It was really addicting.
Yeah.
And then there were too much bells and whistles at one point, and I also was realizing that I wasn't looking away from my phone ever. So it was a lot to keep up with. It was like a Neopet.
Yeah.
Or what are those? Tamagotchi. Yeah, it was kind of like that on crack.
Yeah. Interesting. Who's your favorite Kardashian? Rob.
Oh, I thought I saw Rob Kardashian today. It was really bizarre.
And then it was like an old sofa.
He was just a very large human. He kind of dressed like him. I was like, Rob.
Someone left an old baseball cap on that old sofa.
Wearing a baseball cap and just he had like the black polo, you know, very Rob Kardashian of him. And I was like, that's him. And then it wasn't.
Yeah.
Or Rob. I mean, I think that Kendall probably has the best head on her shoulders. Mm-hmm. But
do you think she uses Head and Shoulders?
No.
Probably not, right?
She's probably like no poo. You know, the no poo movement where you don't use shampoo. No. I bet she does that.
Oh, I thought you meant she was constipated. Sometimes her face would say otherwise. Yeah.
I also love Kim.
You love Kim Kardashian West.
I do.
Is it West Kardashian or what? Kardashian West?
Kardashian West.
Yes, she was just robbed.
She was.
Poor girl.
I know.
Even when celebrities that I don't admire get like in bad situations, I always feel bad.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah.
But she obviously has a past, but she's a smart businesswoman.
Yeah. Oh, she has to be.
She has a past.
tape. Yes.
She gets it. She got it good. I probably said this in the podcast before, but Kanye West went to my high school, like a branch of my high school that then later became a district building. Mm-hmm. And then all the people that went to that school, they just started coming to my high school. But he was in the same class as my brother.
Oh my God.
And he's in the yearbook looking real pissed in a lot of pictures.
Really?
Yeah.
He's mad even back then.
He was mad back then?
He's always mad.
That's true. Your last topic, Christmas movies after 1990.
Yes.
You love them, but
I
nothing
love
pre-90.
The problem with that is just that I don't feel confident in...
Miracle on 40...
Yeah, see, I don't...
34th Street. 34th?
34th.
First topic, first
Yeah.
question.
Oh.
What street number is the miracle occur on?
It is the 34th.
34th Street.
However, I saw that movie once as a kid. Really, the 90s Christmas movies
'Cause you were a
are what
kid.
I'm very familiar with.
You were
because that was
11?
when I was growing up. Like
You're
Home
11?
Alone, I can recite. I've seen it a million times.
Very good.
And I love Christmas.
What's your favorite Christmas movie of all time?
Probably Home Alone.
First Home Alone.
Yeah.
And that was 1990. So you're right on
Wow.
the edge there.
Yep.
That's where it
See?
started. And that's
And-
where it'll end. I don't know what that means. Caitlin, your topics, WWE. We just talked about it. Favorite wrestler of all time?
It's The Rock.
The Rock.
He's the reason I got into it.
Right? He's
'Cause
good.
he was my boyfriend.
Oh my God!
yeah.
I don't
I
think
loved him.
there's a more admirable.
Hey-oh.
I don't think the 30, he's my 34th favorite wrestler. I don't think there's a more admirable wrestler, personality, celebrity, entertainer, because he's done everything. He's the #1 box office star in the world. He's
doing
huge.
almost too much. You're
Yeah.
like, do you have time to like
Insane.
sit down, go to the bathroom?
He's like an inspiration just to like hear his name. You're like, oh, I got to work as hard as The Rock. Favorite movie of The Rock's? You have one? Is it the Tooth Fairy?
I never saw that was like when my hero had fallen, so I didn't want to see the Tooth Fairy. I was always really into the Scorpion King.
Really?
I loved that movie.
Interesting.
He was just like, oh my God, he's doing so well.
You do have that tattoo right now that I can see of the scorpion.
Oh, I do.
With The Rock's eyebrow on.
I do. Well, actually, fun fact: my AOL email is Rocksgirl. That is, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder how many what number was it? You had to be, it couldn't be the first.
I guess I shouldn't give out my full email.
Maybe he's listening.
You're still using this AOL address? I think you can give it out.
Actually.
Is your away message right now like, sitting by a green pumpkin?
Yeah.
There's a green pumpkin on the table.
There is. It's very nice.
WWE, that's a great topic. We've done it on the show before. Maybe we'll do it again today. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, boy.
Lynn, do you feel good about that? Not so much.
No.
All right. Your next topic, Friends, the TV show.
Yeah.
One of the most named topics
It's
when I
gotta
ask
be.
people their favorite thing, and they say Friends.
Yeah.
Have you seen all
I
the
felt like
episodes?
so basic when I said that. I love it. But I do love it. I have seen every
You've seen every episode?
Yeah.
Favorite episode or least favorite episode?
I-
How about least favorite? I like that. It's a fun question.
Least favorite. Oh, all of the Rachel Joey stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's just
Too
you knew they
forced?
were stretching it.
Yeah,
I
that's
hated
true.
just
That was
the
some
end.
season 9-10 bullshit.
Yeah, and you're like, let's just wrap it up, everybody. But I loved all the Thanksgiving episodes where
Those
they
are
did the
fun.
bottle episodes and had them all in the same room, and
That was good stuff.
those were good. I really enjoyed that stuff.
Very good. Lynn, do you have a favorite Friends episode? I know you watch Friends.
I'm going to say the one with the embryos, which is also my roommate's favorite episode, who's at the table. But it is
Silent Scout.
so good. I
And-
think knowing that it was her favorite and then watching it, we rewatched it last year, and I agree that it's kind of the perfect episode.
And Anna Faris is in that episode.
Anna.
Right? Anna Faris is in that episode.
Yeah, my girl.
And she's like your favorite celebrity crush right now.
I love her.
And you love her podcast called Anna Faris is
Unqualified.
And you have interacted with that show in a way by making cross stitch
I
for
did.
her and her co-host, and she recognized you, and that was really cool.
It was very cool. And I got to meet her. I went to a live recording of her podcast.
Over the Nerdist, right?
Yep.
Very cool.
And I met her afterwards, and she was so excited.
And she knew who you were, and that's
Yeah.
always cool. And that's the best part about social media, right? That you can like someone and then do something nice for them, and then they appreciate it and recognize it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was great.
And you made a really awesome cross stitch for my baby named
I
Annabelle
did.
Rose, and it's hanging right above where we change her amongst all the other. Yeah, I mean that's
sprayed with poo.
It's poo. It's just poo stitch. It's been poo stitch. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's with like all these really cool portraits we have on this nice wall, and it's like her getting dressed area. Mm-hmm. Where she puts creams on herself. That's like her new thing. She'll like just take like a tube of cream and like spread it on her face, and she's like, "Me pretty," very cute stuff. But thanks for doing that, because that probably took you a long time.
It shouldn't have, but it did.
Okay, very good.
Well, that was an early cross stitch.
It was one of my first ones,
and you
actually.
used your teeth to cross stitch.
And my toes.
Big learning curve there.
Caitlin, your next topic: SNL, Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
you love it.
I love it. I'm a little nervous about this one. I know there's a lot, but
it is a pretty broad topic.
I have watched it pretty much, as far as knowing that it existed.
Yeah.
And I've watched even into the years that people they say, oh, it's not good anymore.
Yeah.
But I still have been watching it. So
I feel like it's just one of those parts of culture that it'll always be on, or, you'll always just have those memories of watching it, like at your grandparents' house or at a friend's house. Like there's so many times you could have watched it, and reruns and things like that, and just some great characters and some great stuff.
It's like you drift off, and then Alec Baldwin comes in and plays Donald Trump, and you're like, well,
I got to check it exactly. I got to check that out again. So they have a good formula, obviously, for 40 years now, and that was a cool special they did, the SNL 40.
Oh, I loved that.
Eddie Murphy showed up. He hadn't been there in a long time.
Miley.
For one minute.
Yeah, and he was just like,
came up and was like,
I'm Eddie Murphy. Bye bye.
I did it.
Yeah.
Stop bothering me about coming on SNL.
SNL is a super fun show. Your next topic, Beyonce.
Oh,
you
that's
love
my girl.
Queen Bee. You don't like it, Lynn?
I don't.
No, we go back and forth. But
do you drink a lot of Pepsi?
Why? Is she a big Pepsi person?
Isn't she the Pepsi?
Oh my God, I'm
gonna not be good at this.
Oh no!
Yeah, even I know she's the Pepsi person.
Well,
Everyone's like a huge billboard on Hollywood and Highland.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't ever go on Hollywood Highland.
She's probably never even touched a Pepsi can.
No,
that's why she would never.
No, there's no way.
She probably doesn't know she's the Pepsi person.
Kevin Hart told a really funny story on this podcast I just listened to called The Industry Standard with Barry Katz. He had Kevin Hart on, and he said he spilled pineapple juice on her dress, and it went all over her and Jay-Z, and then he felt really bad, so he shook Jay-Z's hand and gave him a $20 bill. And then he walked away from the table, and I was like, that's
awesome.
Like the look on Jay-Z's face when he like looked at what was in the hand, he was probably like, what the fuck? He like ruined $10,000 outfits. You know what I mean? It's funny.
Every dollar counts.
Funny stuff. Your last topic, 90s Nickelodeon.
Yes.
You guys are you a 90s kid as well, obviously?
Yes.
And you relate to those Nick kids.
The Nick Tunes.
Did you like the live action Nickelodeon stuff or the cartoon stuff?
I know early 90s live action I wasn't that familiar with, but the late 90s.
Do you have an orange
cartoon.
couch in your house for Snick?
Oh, of course.
Are you going to Snick or Treat this weekend?
I probably will.
Do you have a memory from your childhood that made you go like, I got to watch every show on this channel? Like, was there one specific thing where you were like, I love this station?
I remember there was a time when, back in the day, you used to be able to, we had a bus stop.
Yeah.
And my brother and I walked from the bus stop back to my house. So it was like a quarter mile, of just by ourselves.
Uh-huh.
And my house was locked because my mom had a doctor's appointment and didn't share that information with anybody. And then so my brother and I were panicking, and we went to our random neighbor's house that we were kind of familiar with, and she brought us in, and we watched Nickelodeon for 2 hours until my mom came back. And I was like, this channel rules, and that's why I got really into Nickelodeon.
Did you have did everybody had that friend who didn't have cable? So when he would come over, she would come over, they'd be like, what, Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Like they didn't even know the shows because they were so broke ass. You know what I'm saying? My cousin, it was because her parents are like, she doesn't need to watch TV. Yeah. But so she'd come over when she came visit us. She was like, oh my God, television, and would freak out. I think you think, well, I mean, they were parents, but before I was a parent, I'm like, I'm never giving my daughter my cell phone. And then you're like, please stop crying. Here's my cell phone every day. But that's most parenting is just here, take this object.
Yeah.
So you stop doing what you're doing that we don't like. So that's cool. Those were great topics from both you girls. This is the point in the podcast where we're going to reveal the topics that we chose.
Oh my God.
For Lynn, we will be doing Christmas movies after 1990.
Oh boy.
And for Caitlin, we're going to be doing Saturday Night Live.
Oh gosh.
So it's SNL versus Christmas movies in the trivia showdown. At this point in the show, we're going to come up with a buzzword. What is a one syllable word that means something between Caitlin and Lynn? What do you guys got?
A one syllable name.
Something fun. Like douche or something. Is that the word? Did I hit it on the head?
You did.
How about rage?
Rage? Oh, rage. Yeah, that's
rage.
a good one.
Yeah.
You guys are big Rage Against the Machine.
Huge.
Yeah.
pocket full of shells. Railing on your family. Okay, so rage will be your buzz-in word. You have to wait for the whole question to be read, and once it's read, either of you can buzz in for either question. When you get your topic right, you get 1 point. When you get the other person's topic right, you get 2 points. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm. Ready.
Ding, ding. I don't have a sound effect, so maybe I'll just start saying ding, ding.
Line.
All right, here we go. This is the first episode. This is the first question of the Trivia Showdown. Trivia Showdown. Starting with Christmas movies. So let's see what we got here. Either of you can answer this. This was Lynn's topic, Christmas movies. Question 1. What is the subtitle of the Santa Claus 3? You're buzzing in with the word rage. What is the subtitle of the Santa Claus 3? They're thinking it over. They're looking at the ceiling.
I know the second one is the Mrs. Claus.
You'd be wrong.
Right? No? Is the third one the Mrs. Claus?
Incorrect.
No, I think the second... I don't know.
I'll give you guys a hint. It's the Santa
Claus.
The Santa Claus 2, and then the Santa Claus 3, something, something, something.
Oh.
Okay. Any guesses?
It's not the Mrs. Claus?
It's not.
Oh, okay. Then I have no idea.
No idea.
No idea? No guesses?
No.
No rage?
All right, no rage.
You can guess.
Rage?
Yes.
Santa's back in town.
What a rage. It was the Escape Clause.
Oh.
Santa Claus 3, the Escape Clause.
The second one is definitely about the Mrs. Claus. The whole
right.
story is about the Claus about
It is
Mrs.
interesting
Claus.
that I don't think they had a subtitle for it. Unless I just saw some wrong information.
I don't know. I know that the whole second movie is about the Mrs. Claus. I don't think I've seen the third one, actually.
Martin Short plays Jack Frost in it.
Oh.
Pretty forcibly. Here is your next question. That was no points in the board for question number 1, Christmas movies after 1990. Here's Saturday Night Live, question 1. Let's see what you girls can do. What famous cast member was the first ever to say live from New York, it's Saturday night?
Rage. Was it Chevy Chase?
It was 1 point. Chevy Chase for old Caitlin. Did you know that right away? You spit it out.
Yeah, I did.
Good job.
That. I think I had heard that somewhere.
Very good. And Lynn, did you have any guess? It was definitely obviously one of those early cast members. He had the honor of doing that.
If it wasn't
I'm
Chevy,
good with like Jimmy Fallon and on.
Oh, okay. We'll see what happens.
With the OG SNL.
All right, question number 2 for Christmas movies after 1990. Who plays the narrator in the 2003 movie Elf?
Rage. Oh my God.
Caitlin buzzed in first. She buzzed in, but then refuses to say something.
I know. God damn it. I'm thinking of Anthony Hopkins, but I know that's not it.
Oh, that would be a way creepier narrator.
I know that's not it. Sorry.
Buddy ate a human face. Lynn, any guesses? You guys each get 1 guess on every question.
I don't know this.
Nothing?
I don't think I know.
The answer was Bob Newhart.
Oh.
Bob Newhart. Yeah. He's at the beginning. He's got the glasses.
Nicole is screaming internally because she knows all of these answers.
I was thinking there was like, oh God, I know that he like tells the story. I was thinking there was some other not seen narrator that I didn't know about.
Did the Grinch?
Oh, he did.
We love the Grinch.
That's a good point.
That's how I got there.
That's a good point. Good note. 1-0. Caitlin's up by 1. Question number 2. Saturday Night Live. What member of the Brat Pack was the show's youngest cast member ever?
Rage. Rob Lowe?
Incorrect.
Fuck. Sorry.
Ooh.
Fuck every time.
I have no idea.
Nothing?
No.
Anthony Michael Hall was the answer.
Oh.
No points after 4 questions.
Was Rob
Here's
Lowe in SNL or just make that up?
He's definitely hosted it. I don't think he was
maybe
on
I'm
it
thinking
though.
of that. Okay.
Yeah, and I think Anthony Michael Hall was on for like a season or like a part of a season.
That makes sense.
Here's question number 3. This is the Christmas movie side. What romantic Christmas comedy features a character known only as the Prime Minister?
Rage.
Yes.
Love Actually.
Love Actually. 1 point for
all-time
Lynn.
favorites.
1 point on the board. That is a great movie.
Yeah.
That is an amazing movie.
I watched it for the first time, I think our first Christmas out here in LA, so about 4 years ago, and loved it. I'm a huge secret Hugh Grant fan.
Ooh.
I'll watch all his
same
movies.
birthday as me.
Really? He is charming. I'm like, I wish I was that charming.
Yeah. It's
I
hard.
love
Only
that
Hugh Grant
movie.
can be
I've
that
seen
charming.
that. We were talking about this week. I've seen that movie, I think, more than I've seen any other movie.
Really? That's a good, more than Back to the Future.
They were probably 1 and
both up
2.
there.
I'm not sure which is more.
Right.
Fantastic. It's 1-1. Nice even game so far. We're moving on to question number 3, Saturday Night Live trivia. What now famous comedian auditioned in 1993, didn't make the cut, but was offered a writing job on Conan O'Brien days later?
Rage.
Yes.
Louis C.K.?
It is Louis C.K. So that's 1 point for Caitlin. I have to make sure I keep giving you guys the right points because you have similar names. Are you a Louis C.K. fan, Caitlin?
Oh, I love him.
He's great, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine, it's funny to think 25 25 years ago, whenever that was, 23 years ago, like they're like, nah, not good enough for the show.
Isn't that crazy? That's why you gotta just keep going, man.
Keep going. 23 years later, you can run the world of comedy. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm sure it was. And then he probably, now he does all these spots on Conan. Like he'll just sit down like every couple months and do some bits like on Conan. And I'm sure it's from those relationships of writing on that show. And good luck, Louis C.K. I think you'll make it. I think it'll work out for you. Here is question number 4 on the, 3, 4. Yeah, this is number 4 for Christmas movies. In Home Alone, what color Tic Tacs does Santa give Kevin in the street?
Rage.
Yes.
Orange.
Incorrect.
Damn. Rage. Okay. I remember the scene.
Santa.
Rage, green?
They are green. That's 2 points for Caitlin. So she stole that one, and she's got 4-1. The actor, and I wish I knew his name, that plays Santa in that scene, comes to one of my trivia nights in Altadena.
No way.
And I like shook his hand one time, and he walked out, and I'm like, man, that was like a mystical meeting. And somebody's like, he's a character actor. He's in everything. I was like, what? They're like, he's Santa in Home Alone. I was like, the Tic Tac scene. I was like, that's him.
He's a creepy Santa.
He looks the same, but 20 years older or 30 years older or whatever. Nice. Yeah, so interesting stuff. But he lives right over in Altadena. Yeah. Really he kicked me in the crotch. I forgot to say that. Terrible. No Tic Tacs at all either. Your next question. What's his name? Oh, Ken Hudson Campbell. Sorry, Ken, I didn't know your name. I knew your name was Ken in the back of my head. Ken Hudson Campbell is looked up by our friend who will remain nameless at the table. Thank you.
The silent one.
The silent researcher for the show. She's an intern for the Trivia with Butts podcast. And will continue to look up information for $0. So thank you very much. Your next question is about Saturday Night Live. It's number 4. Whose sign-on to Weekend Update was, and now, the fake news? So they would start the Weekend Update segment by saying, and now the fake news. There's only a few, probably 10 or 12 choices for this.
Rage. I guess I'll guess Chevy. I guess Chevy Chase.
Incorrect. Lynn, you got to guess? Somebody hosted Weekend Update and would say, now the fake news. You could get 2 points if you steal. That would be good for you.
I guess I'll just guess somebody.
Sure.
Rage Seth Meyers.
It was Norm Macdonald.
No that was my second guess.
And now the fake news. He probably said it like that. I mean, that sounded pretty much
Norm
like
Macdonald has a guest spot on the middle.
Oh, does he?
He's Neil Flynn's brother.
Oh, that's cool.
And fun story, his assistant was my Lyft driver one time.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He was once on a plane with me one time.
Norm Macdonald?
Yeah.
One time he forcibly tried to make out with my sister-in-law at a comedy club.
Wow, we're all so connected.
Yeah.
This is the glue. Norm Macdonald is the glue that brings us all together.
Yeah, I think it was in Peoria, and he was like, just leaned in and started to make out with her, and she was like 22, what? And she was like, I don't think, no, and then she like ran away. So that was kind of fun. Here's question number
Hollywood story.
5. Question number 5, Christmas movie. What is Jack's faithful ghost dog's name in A Nightmare Before Christmas?
Oh, damn it.
Rage.
Yes.
0.
0 is correct. Oh. That's 2 points on the board for Lynn. Is that a movie that you own?
I don't think I own it, but I definitely find a way to watch every year. It's one of those movies that's always on TV.
It used to be on Netflix, and it wasn't.
They do the live out here, and we get all the best events living in LA. So
I
they
went
do
last year.
Oh, you did. They do the orchestra music, right?
Yeah,
Danny Elfman.
Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, Hollywood Bowl outdoors. That's a lot of fun.
Time to get another beer before we do our next question.
If you must, real alky over here.
Alcoholic.
PBR. Is it she drinking?
They're really
PBR?
flat. I couldn't drink them, but
You're pounding
on.
them. Flat PBR's got to be even worse, right?
Yeah,
love it.
Oh, boy.
We're good. I'm ready to go.
And you're from Connecticut?
Yeah, I know. One time we had a friend out who was born and raised out here, and I was holding PBR, and he was like, "How's your blue ribbon?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Your blue ribbon." I'm like, "Oh, my PBR? I've never called it a blue ribbon before."
Yeah, you should be doing
like a prize winner.
You're from Connecticut. You should be doing something fancy like heroin.
I know.
Here's your next question. This is about Saturday Night Live. Question number 5. What main catchphrase did Ray Romano spit out during a Sports Center parody sketch? Ray Romano. It's a very famous. It became like a real sports catchphrase, and it was supposed to be ridiculous.
Rage, boom, there goes the dynamite?
That's a great guess. That was a viral video of a college kid doing a sports report in the 2000s, but something like that. Lynn? Any guesses?
I have no idea.
Nothing?
No,
Are you a big SNL girl?
Not seen that. I have watched it since I've been old enough to watch it, and I have never really gone back. I also watched them once, and then I never watched them again.
I think that's a lot of people.
I don't retain a lot of it.
Sweet Sassy Molassie.
Oh.
Sweet Sassy Molassie. Yeah, so that came from that.
My brother says that sometimes.
Sure. like when he's like, Lynn, sweet sassy molassie, I got the laser disc of Back to the Future. And you're like, oh, let's put it on, bro. Sounds great. Question number 6. 2 of the main cast actors from Bad Santa, well, you just mentioned that, I think, are no longer with us. Who are they?
Oh, Rage, no. Bernie, what's his face? Oh my
Rage
God.
Bernie Mac.
Lynn with the steal.
And then there was another one. Couldn't even think. Why
There's like 4
Rage?
names that are in the movie, maybe 5.
Billy Bob Thornton's alive.
2 of them died. They died around the same, kind of like
the smaller gentleman.
No,
I don't know his name. Oh no, because he's in the new one.
Any
right?
guesses?
Nothing?
Nothing.
I don't know. There's a new one.
Gotta get both.
I saw Bad Santa for the first time this year. My mom made me watch
coming out
it.
this year. Sequel this year.
I know. I wasn't
like
a huge
15 years
fan.
later.
It wasn't wholesome enough for me.
You're gonna say a name. I'm gonna know it.
You guys ready?
Sorry.
Yeah.
John Ritter.
Oh,
John Ritter. He plays the like mall manager or something.
R.I.P.
Department store. Yeah. They both. He died right after that movie. I think it was still like in production or coming out or something. I think he died in 03 because I wrote an article about it for my school paper and I was a junior. Ooh. And Bernie Mac died, I want to say 3 or 4 years after that, maybe 06 or 07. So yeah, R.I.P. to those guys. Here is number. I always have a hard time reading my own writing.
Oh,
this is.
Is that tight?
It's a strong font. Number 6, Saturday Night Live. Which cast member played Debbie Downer?
Rachel Dratch.
Oh, she got it. That's 1
that
point.
one.
So that's 5 points total for Caitlin and 2 for Lynn. Lynn, you could still win this thing. There's a lot of points still on the table.
Many points.
Number 7, which Muppet? This is on the Christmas side. Which Muppet portrays Charles Dickens in the Muppet Christmas Carol?
Oh, Rage Gonzo.
It is. Yes! Oh, that's a steal. Unfortunately, Lynn. So that's 2 points. 7 to 2. Did you know it, Lynn?
I didn't. This was my 5th category that I gave you, so I was like really not thinking about this one.
The next one is about the Kardashians.
Yeah, I know. Just wait till Survivor. I'm not going to know. Richard Hatch.
I was like, I guess I could do Christmas movies.
Question number 7 over on the Saturday Night Live side. Behind the music of what band produced the More Cowbell sketch?
Oh, Rage Blue Oyster Cult.
That's right. 1
Cult,
point.
right? Did I say that correctly?
Cults. You did.
I blacked
You
out.
said Colt instead of Cult.
Colt.
Should we deny the point?
Yeah, I think. Rage, Blue Oyster Cult.
Should we pour her the rest of her PBR down the drain?
If this was Wheel of Fortune, you would not have gotten
it. Question number 8 on Christmas movies. What is JTT's character's name in I'll Be Home for Christmas?
Oh, I have no idea.
Nothing? Lynn, when I was writing this, I was like, Lynn probably definitely owns this movie.
No, I've never seen it.
Really? Oh,
Damn.
that's what we got to watch at Friendsgiving
Rage
then.
Nick.
That's a good
Incorrect. Not bad guess.
Very Christmassy guess. Rage, Chris.
No. I'm going to give you guys the letter, and you get another guess.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens. J.
Rage, Jonathan.
Incorrect.
Damn it. But maybe they did the thing where the actor just has his own name because he's a kid and he's dumb.
Yeah. They can't respond. It's like Tony, what's his face? Tony Danza.
Well, he's a college kid in this movie, but that would be really funny. They're like, this guy doesn't get it.
I didn't know he worked after Home Improvement.
I think this was about it. All right.
Justin.
It was Jake. Jake was the name. No points there. Still 7 to 2. We are on to the Saturday Night Live side. Number 8. In 1991, Wayne and Garth appeared in a fantasy in a sketch with what iconic celebrity of the time?
Oh.
It's a black and white like fantasy scene on a sketch on SNL. Who was in the fantasy?
Oh.
I think they both kissed this person. 1991. Who do you think it was? Any guesses?
Rage.
Yes.
Pamela Anderson.
Incorrect.
Rage. Rage.
You're looking around like it's written on a poster in this room.
Don't look over there.
Reading your mind. Reading their mind.
Nothing?
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know.
Madonna. Madonna. 91. Think about when she was back when she was banging.
This is when it's like go to trivia with us, we get it wrong.
I know.
Oh, really low. Do you hear that a lot?
Yes. Yeah. Number 9. Which Batman movie takes place around Christmas time? Which Batman movie takes place like around Christmas time?
Rage, Batman and Robin?
Incorrect.
No.
There are some ice scenes because Mr. Freeze is in that
Right,
one.
I think that's what I was saying.
That's a good guess.
Batman Forever?
It's Batman Returns. Batman Returns has a lot of Christmas elements in it. A lot of a lot of ghouls and things jumping out of Christmas present boxes, I believe. So that was Batman Returns. We got one question left. Two questions for SNL, one question for Christmas movies. Here's number 9 for SNL. Steve Martin and Alec Baldwin have hosted the show the most times at 16 and 15 times. But what sitcom husband is number 3 on that list? Sitcom husband, number 3 on the list. Most times host. I think it's like 12 or something. Sitcom husband. Oh. Third most times hosting on Saturday Night Live.
Rage. Dan Connors. What's his face? John Goodman.
It is John Goodman. Oh. 1 point for old Caitlin. That means she has 9 points to Lynn's 2.
Oh, geez.
Lynn getting steamrolled here.
I know.
Number
I was ready
10.
for Survivor.
This is the last Christmas movie question of the podcast. How many Christmases did Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn have to experience together?
I don't know.
Oh, this is the easiest question.
Rage.
Yes.
3.
No.
What? 4. It's 4. It's 4 Christmases. I saw it.
Lynn, I'm going to give you the point because Caitlin was just laughing. So 1 point for Lynn. And here is the last question for SNL. On a parody SNL commercial in the 90s, they filled Gatorade bottles with something chunkier and grosser. Oh. What was it?
Rage cookie dough.
It was cookie dough. 10 points. Cookie dough sport. That's right. Yeah, Will Ferrell really gets a mouthful. So right now it is 10-3 for Caitlin and
Close.
Lynn.
Close game.
There's still some stuff you could do. You can get another 5 points. So you would still lose. But
with
that would
dignity.
be with more dignity. So here we go.
Combo question.
This is the combo question. So this is one question that combines both topics of Christmas movies and Saturday Night Live. And we are going to get 2 points for whoever gets this right.
Okay.
There's a little involved. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What are the 3 steps to the classic SNL song, a Christmas song, Dick in a Box? What are the 3 steps when you're doing Dick in a Box? Yes.
1, put a hole in the box.
Yep.
2, put your junk in that box.
Yep.
3, let her open the box.
That is 100% correct. Oh my God! Like you co-wrote the song with JT and Andy Samberg.
I was ready to be like Shvetty Balls, Alec Baldwin. I got this. Christmas SNL.
Let's do that.
Oh my goodness, Caitlin tearing it up, and Lynn
I really liked that
losing miserably.
not only this podcast but maybe a friend.
That's it.
Categories with buds.
We have one more thing to do. It's called Categories with Buds. Now, this is unrelated to both the topics you guys gave me, and we are going to, I will play it with you. So it's a category. We're going to go around. You guys have come to live trivia nights. We do this for bonus points in the middle of trivia.
Yeah, I won the Christmas round once. The Christmas movie round.
And then never again. And then never again. So this is the category. It's called Characters from Nicktoons. Okay? Oh. So we're going to go around. You can name any character from Nicktoons.
Where are we cutting off Nicktoons year-wise?
Year-wise?
Is it any, like,
let's do like 90 to 2000.
Okay.
Okay, so like any like Fairly Odd Parents, like leave all that kind of stuff out. Okay. Is that a Nicktoon? I don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to say Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. We'll go over to you, Caitlin.
Tommy Pickles.
Tommy Pickles.
Chucky.
Dill Pickles.
Doug.
From
Doug.
Phil from Rugrats.
Oh yeah, Lil from Rugrats.
Patty Mayonnaise.
Yes. Doug. His main trick.
I'm going to say. Oh my God!
It's a lot of pressure.
I know it is a lot of pressure. Stu Pickles.
I was just going to say, did you want me to put the knife down?
Stu
Pickles. I will say Angelica, whatever her last name is.
I'll go Roger from Doug.
Yeah. Good to stick with a show. Show your brand.
Skeeter? Is that
Skeeter.
Yeah.
Yep.
From Doug?
I will say BB from Doug.
Oh.
The purple girl.
Purple girl.
I love a nice purple raced girl.
Did we say Ren from Ren and Stimpy?
No, go ahead.
Yes.
Stimpy.
Good move, Lynn.
Yeah.
That was almost like checkmate. I like that. That was good. I'm going to say Filbert from Rocco's Modern Life, the turtle.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't know. So wait, can we do SpongeBob? Is that too late?
No.
Yeah, no SpongeBob.
That opens up a whole other world.
That's a whole nother.
Fine.
Just trying to get into the sea. 3 seconds. I'm going to say Caitlin's out. Lynn, it's down to me and you. If I win, I get to award the points, and I might give him the cake. No, I'm just kidding. It'll be me and you. You're up next. What do you got?
I'm going to go with Spike.
Spike the dog
from Rugrats.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I'm going to say Heifer, the cow from Rocko's Modern Life.
All right. I'm going to say Arnold.
From Hey Arnold. Good job.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, oh no, Helga from Hey Arnold.
Helga Pataki.
Yeah. I forget his friend's name. What was his damn friend's name? With the flat top.
I'm going to say...
I might be almost... The tank's running empty. Lynn.
I know. It's... God, the names are hard.
3 seconds.
Oh, my God. Grandpa from Hey Arnold. That is definitely his name.
Nice Hail Mary. I'm going to say Mr. Dink from Doug the Neighbor.
Oh, my God.
Mr. Dink.
We're going down the dink hole there.
Yeah, I went down the dink hole. I had to pay quite the price for it in Las Vegas. Yeah. You know what I loved on Doug while you're thinking?
Yeah.
They had multiple level bumper cars and an episode. They were like he was trying to take Patty on a date or meet there.
Right.
And it was like a multi-level with ramps bumper car tower. I thought that was the coolest
Do the
thing.
beats count as a whole?
Yeah, the beats count.
All right.
I'm going to say they count. Lynn, I cannot think of another one. So I'm going to give you the points.
Well,
Lynn is the winner.
See, I'm so
She got
smart.
3 points. 1, 2, 3. So that means she has 6 points. Final score, 6 for Lynn, 10 for Caitlin. And that was kick-ass, guys. Oh, no, you had 12. Sorry, Caitlin.
Oh, yes. Fun fact, Caitlin and I met because we both interned at Nickelodeon Animation
What?
Studio.
And it all comes full circle. And I work on a Nickelodeon show.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my
Nickelodeon
God.
and Norm Macdonald.
Everyone watch.
Yeah.
One creepier than the others. Watch my show, Crash Leads, on Nickelodeon, hosted by Rob Gronkowski, who we watched
go
a clip
Pats.
of right before we started the podcast. Good stuff, girls. Did you have a good time?
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you doing it.
Yeah.
I have some prizes for you. So, Lynn, since you got second place, I have a second place prize for you, and it is a game called Mr. Lister's Quiz Shootout and Obama Llama. It's called a snack pack. This is like a
Okay.
sample
I don't
of
know
2
what
board
you
games,
just
and it's made by Big Potato Games, and they're a really cool UK board game company that sends me a bunch of stuff to give away at trivia nights. So enjoy that. It's like a sample.
Cool.
If you like their games, you can only buy them at Target. You would love the Obama Llama one. It's a rhyming game. And for you, Caitlin, I hope you like this show, Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
These are 4 Valentines with Ron Swanson on them.
Oh, my God.
So you can give those to your now short-haired boyfriend.
He looks like Ron
There
Swanson
you go.
now.
That's great. And then for each of you, I have a ring pop. So that's
Ooh, spooky
that's
ring pop.
spooky ring
Blue?
pops.
That's going to turn my tongue blue.
That is for you. Do you guys have anything going on that you would like to plug? Anything you want people to watch? Lynn, maybe tell people Voltron? Do you want to tell people Voltron?
Voltron Season 2
It's
hits Netflix on January 20th,
And
2017.
I watched the first episode of season 1 and it was awesome. And I need to go back and finish the whole.
the first episode.
Yeah.
That's over an hour.
It is a long, and that's why it did take me, I think, more than one viewing. But Voltron and anything cool. You're going to be hanging out anywhere around town, doing any kind of crafts?
I do crafts for the holidays. Christmas
You know what?
ornaments.
Oh, very cool. So if you
Yeah, I
want,
cross-stitch them.
do you have an Etsy? One of
Nope.
those things? No?
Because I don't have time for that.
What's your email address that people can email you at? What's
phone
your
number?
social security number? Or I don't know. Do you want people to contact you
know.
about tweet you? How about tweet you?
Yeah, they
What's
can
your Twitter?
tweet me.
Follow Lynn Hartwell on Twitter. Her Twitter handle is
It's at Lynn, LYNNE _13.
perfect. She was the 13th Lynn. Very, very good. You know
my
what you would
lucky
like
number.
to do, or maybe make something for? I'm doing in November a Harry Potter Arts and Crafts Fair, and I'm doing a big trivia thing. It's in Burbank. It's at a place called Geeky Teas. Like drinking tea, and that you can adopt cats there, which I know you love.
What?
And they have all these cool nerd
Sounds like the
products, and it's like
perfect
a big board game hangout. Go check it out,
I
Geeky
live
Teas.
there?
I'll be doing a big Harry Potter event for their Arts and Crafts Fair on November 26th. It's a Saturday.
Is that Harry Potter trivia?
Yes. And I'll be in
Oh.
Harry Potter pajamas, which I own. So that'll be fun. Caitlin, anything you want to have people do? Tell them to watch The Middle.
Yeah, the
Keep
middle.
you employed.
We moved nights, which was a big deal. So we're
yeah.
on Tuesdays at 8 instead
Perfect.
of Wednesdays.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then I don't really do that much. I you
Yeah.
know, drink PBRs on my time off.
If you
and
want to watch wrestling,
don't have a lot of hobbies.
you want to
Oh,
chat
yeah.
wrestling.
If you want to come to my party, WrestleMania Drunkelmania, it's going to be in April or maybe probably March
Awesome.
2017. So just get in contact with me.
You got a lot of time on that one.
We will
Yeah.
rage.
We will rage.
Hashtag rage.
And Caitlin, what is your Twitter handle?
Kate Hollenbeck HOLLENBECK.
And your profile says, I ain't no Hollenbeck girl.
My aunt genuinely thought she was saying Hollenbeck girl and got really psyched about it. And I was like,
very good.
Sure thing.
Your aunt also learned how to spell bananas.
She did.
Very good. Thank you, girls, so much for having me over and for bringing pizza and for being awesome contestants on the podcast.
Thanks.
you.
This is fun.
Bye.
Listener quiz.
So there it is, another competitive battle on the Trivia with Buds podcast. Thanks for listening to this episode, and check out Lynn and Caitlin and all their fun projects. Watch shows like The Middle. Watch shows like Voltron on Netflix, which Lynn does not work on anymore. But she would appreciate that you checked it out and saw her work on that first season. So thank you very much to those guests for being on the show. It's time for this week's listener quiz, okay? So we got 3 random questions. You're going to send me the answers to these questions. If you get them right, you'll be put in a raffle with all the people who got those questions right, which is thousands of people every single week. And you will be picked. And if you get picked, you get a prize. This week's prize is a copy of an 8x10 of me in Sharknado, covered in blood, with no shirt on, and me screaming. And I will sign it with a very funny limerick, and I will mail that to you. That's right. This week's Trivia with Buds listener quiz prize is an 8x10 autograph picture of me in this movie Sharknado that I somehow got to be part of. We talked about it in the intro, and I said, let's bring it back. Here are your 3 questions. Question number 1, who plays Norm on the show Cheers? What actor plays Norm on the sitcom Cheers? Question 1. Question 2, what Disney movie has a dog in it named Slinky? What Disney movie has a dog in it named Slinky? And question number 3, what candy from Reese's is also a basketball term? What candy from Reese's is also a basketball-related word? So send me the answers to those 3 questions, and you will be entered in a raffle if you get them all right to win a Sharknado headshot. That's right, with me, Ryan Buds. Thanks for listening to this episode. Share it with a friend. Happy holidays, everybody. Go listen to some Christmas music, do some Christmas shopping, get in the spirit, and share this episode with a friend that would love to do some questions on SNL or Christmas movie trivia. We also have a ton of other fun episodes coming up, so check it out. Simpsons is on its way, everybody. Simpsons is on its way. Here's some other quick episodes that you should check out. Sitcoms from the 70s to 2010 versus Johnny Cash with Jim O'Heir and Matt O'Heir. That was a great episode. Jim O'Heir plays Jerry on Parks and Rec, so go back and listen to that, episode 105. Here's another fun one, episode 110. That's Bon Jovi versus Sylvester Stallone movies. And those are my older brothers, Scott Buds and Tom Buds. So if you want to listen to my siblings go battling head-to-head back at our mom's house in Chicagoland, listen to that episode. And another random one that you should check out is Marine Biology versus Tenacious D trivia. That's right. Delaney Fisher, very funny comedian, and Jordan Charles Peace, a great writer and comedian. That was episode 114, Tenacious D Marine Biology. Thanks again for listening to this. Subscribe, rate, and review, and send it to a friend. And have a great holiday season, and get ready for some more amazing podcasts every single Tuesday coming your way. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.